Hello everyone, welcome back to the Mr. Karu channel. Today we are taking a look at a Japanese niche perfume, Silk Iris from Parfum Satori. So please stay tuned. So today I'm going to review a very special fragrance from my collection, and it is Silk Iris from the Japanese niche perfumery house of Parfum Satori. Before we get into the fragrance, let's do a quick overview of the house. The house name is Parfum Satori and the owner is Miss Osawa Satori. It is based in Japan. It was established in 2000 and the first collection was released in 2003. The perfumer of all of the fragrances is Madame Satori herself. A quick background of Miss Osawa Satori: she learned Kado, Japanese flower arrangement, and Sado, the way of tea, from the age of 12, and she was a master's degree in both. Probably the most Japanese person I know of doing fragrances in the whole world. As far as I'm aware of, one of, if not the oldest Japanese niche perfume houses, and has the largest lineup. There's also Miya Shinma Parfums, but technically that house is based in France, so I don't count Miya Shinma Parfums as a Japanese house. She began learning perfumery in 1988 and established Parfum Satori in 2000. 9 of her perfumes has been listed in the Perfumes guide written by Luca Trin, and 5 were scored 4 stars out of 5. This perfume, Silk Iris, is one of the 5 fragrances that received 4 stars from Luca Trin. I first got to try this perfume in the Discovery set, which I have reviewed last year, fell in love with it, and went on for a full bottle. Let's take a quick look at the presentation. So Parfum Satori Silk Iris comes in this black, nice, very minimalistic bottle. It says it has a sticker written Silk Iris on the top like this, and otherwise yeah, very minimalistic black bottle, black box, and you open it like this. Comes with some cautions flyer in there, a page in there, and then a greeting card like this. And yeah, and the bottle is sitting very snugly in the box. It has a little bit of the right amount of cushioning that you would like, and the bottle is like this. Has a very nice frosted glass square bottle. All of her perfumes come in a 50 ml, just like this. Not all of them are frosted, or some of them are black and these things, but overall the shape and sizes are the same. And you pull open this cap. She chose a very special atomizer for her perfumes, and they're all made in Japan. So this is kind of how this perfume atomizer works. So as you can see, this atomizer is a little bit different than usual. It has a very short stroke. It doesn't give out a whole bunch of fragrance. It's a little bit stiff, so you had to be very careful, but she looked into the production and the quality, and she chose the best atomizer, so I guess that was the best in the market today. And by the way, all of her perfumes are able to screw open like this, so that you can pour the perfume when you want to put your fragrances into your travel sprays or these things. You have to just get used to these atomizers, otherwise very solid presentation. Okay, so let's get into the smell of this fragrance. Before we get into the smell, I forgot to tell you some information. This Silk Iris was released in 2010 and it retails for 17,600 Japanese yen, which is around $150 US. So that being said, let's go into the notes. Some of the notes are lemon, bergamot, green leaves, elemi, iris, violet, rose, mimosa, frankincense, sandalwood, and white musk. Okay, so let's put some on here. You get the super fresh lemon bergamot with a hint of juiciness, but mostly the citrus aspect of it. And of course, as the name implies, there is a noticeable clean iris note in the center of this fragrance. The iris which you get in this perfume is not the waxy lipsticky iris which you get in Dior Homme or Prada L'Homme. And this is the real deal iris. It's not powdery, not waxy, not chalky. It's silky smooth, very high in resolution, if that makes any sense. It feels like you're smelling each individual particles of the iris. It's very delicate and transparent, airy. You can immediately understand that she is using some serious quality iris butter in this perfume. The closest fragrance I can think of is Bois d'Argent by Christian Dior from the exclusive line. But the iris in Silk Iris is miles ahead and more refined. Once you get into the dry down, you get a soft iris sandalwood musk combination base, and you start to pick up some of the floral nuances. I can pick up the violet for sure. All of the other notes do not overpower the iris note. It's just there to support the beautiful iris. Everything is blended and smoothed out so that there are absolutely no edges. The iris is so clean and transparent that I can visualize a very thin white silk wrapped around your neck, sparkling in soft white light. That's really how this fragrance actually works and projects like. It doesn't try to project and let the other person smell the perfume. This is so fresh and transparent and light that it might not come across to other people like a perfume. The people around you might not think you are wearing a perfume, or they may not think it is you. But people around you smell something absolutely great and refreshing. I know I am starting to sound a little too off, but this fragrance gave me the image of something sacred. I imagine things like halos or moonlight on a chill night. Seriously, this is iris done to perfection. I've tried quite a few perfumes from Parfum Satori's lineup, and what I can say is that Madame Satori has an extreme skill of making the fragrance very smooth. It's almost like a cork. With that said, this fragrance is where her blending skill is truly appreciated. She knows how to use iris. It really doesn't get any better than this. Okay, so let's get into the overall ratings. My overall rating for Parfum Satori goes like this. Okay, so uniqueness. So from the notes, you might not think this is a unique fragrance. However, there's absolutely no other fragrance that deals with iris with this degree of seriousness. I think it's almost like madness on how much she tried to deliver the essence of iris in the best possible way ever. You wouldn't understand it unless you get your nose on it. It's one of a kind on its own. Performance. So performance is not really good. Projection is around 1 to 2 hours of less than moderate projection, and up to 6 hours of projection very close to the skin. Performance is not good, to be honest, but it doesn't really have to. I would assume that this was the best amount of performance to appreciate the iris to the most. If you tried to crank out more performance, you would probably have to sacrifice the experience of the iris. Performance is not good, but it doesn't really matter to me. So performance gets 2 out of 5. Now let's go to versatility. So being a skin scent fresh fragrance, there isn't really much occasions that you would avoid. However, I don't think it would match night out occasions or activities outside. In party types of occasions, this fragrance would not match and it wouldn't work. It would be a good option for the office if you like more subtle kind of fragrances. But I would have to point out that this fragrance is leaning very on the feminine side of things. So I would give versatility 3 out of 5. The complexity. So the more I wore this fragrance, the more I noticed the dynamic aspect of iris. It develops from a fresh citrus iris to a white floral iris. And I really enjoy that transition. So it gives a 4 out of 5. Compliment factor, this is really good. If people around you were able to pick up the fragrance from you, they will for sure like this fragrance. I mean, I think this is a fragrance that is almost impossible to not like. The only thing is that it might not come across like a fragrance. It's kind of like you are carrying a cloud of fresh, clean air around you. But anyway, super likable scent like no other. So a definite 5 out of 5 for the compliment factor. Value for the money. For me, absolutely worth the money. It's literally half the price of Tom Ford Private Blend, and you are probably getting a fragrance with much higher quality ingredients. If any other niche brand would have released this, like Guerlain, Guerlain is not a niche fragrance house, but they would charge you easily 3 times the amount minimum. So if you are a hardcore iris lover, this is worth every penny. However, to be fair, I'm taking 1 star off for the week performance, so this gets a 4 out of 5. Season wise, it's a good freshie for the spring and summer. However, it's more of a fragrance I use anytime when I want to get refreshed and feel clean, and when you're just in the mood. It's not the environment that makes me wear this fragrance, it's the more of the mood. I use this fragrance in any season personally. So overall, I absolutely love this fragrance. This fragrance still blows my mind every time I wear it. I believe it is criminally underrated. I highly recommend this. Not only if you're an Iris lover, but this is a must-try fragrance. If you have the chance to come to Japan, please give this a try. Okay, so that covers my take on Parfum Satori Silk Iris. This is absolutely one of my favorite perfumes that I own today, and very proud to do a review on this. Actually, I hope everybody gets a chance to try this beautiful creation by Parfum Satori. So if you like this review, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.